Our driver the last time we were there was like having a concierge along for the entire trip. I mean, the things that he could do, there's just no way that you could duplicate without. I mean, his knowledge of the country, the places, the people at the hotels. I mean, having someone with you along the whole way that way, and then his experience with Haversham and Baker was he had been, associated with the company for years.
One of the guys in our group had a family problem, family illness, and with his father, he couldn't go at the last minute. So we ended up going over with 7, wondering how that was going to go. Well, we found out very quickly our driver was a heck of a golfer, so we got to play with Gordon Donaldson every single day. And not often do you get to have a driver who's a member of the Royal St. Angel.
HB is definitely one of our most organised companies. We get all the information we require from the staff at Cincinnati. Everyone knows exactly where everyone's going. It's exceptionally organised and makes the driver's life a lot easier.
There was a huge traffic jam. I mean, like a 3-hour delay. He was on his cell phone and says, "Boys, we got some problems and we're not going to make our tea time," except for the fact that he knew a side route. And he took us 10 miles over and 50 miles up, and we got there in time for our tea time. We hardly lost it.
John McFarland, our driver this time, says 10 miles over to your left is Rosalind Chapel. And we kind of go like, from the Da Vinci Code? And he said, yeah, the church is right over there.
They were wonderful. I mean, just ambassadors. Oh no, here, let me get that for you, Mr. Rudwall. And just at every chance trying to make sure that I'm not doing any work.
And Scott kind of says, well, off the cuff, well, we'd like to see.
The key point is the driver. The drivers, at least the driver we had, was excellent, flexible, because after all is said and done, the plans are done, he's the man.
So John gets off the highway, takes us over 10 minutes out of our way, tours Rosalind.
The drivers get to be, for most groups, part of the trip. I mean, we had dinner with our driver every day, we had breakfast with our driver every day.
While we're in the chapel, he pulls one of the cute little guides that are giving people a tour, and she gives us a 15-minute free tour of Rosalind Chapel and the history.
There's nothing like a bit of fun when we're on holiday, and appreciate they coming over to Scotland for a vacation. But it's great. I do keep in touch with a few through email.
So you do?
We still exchange Christmas cards with our driver from Scotland, and that was 4 years.
You don't think of them as your driver as much as you think of them as a valet, and they become a friend. They just, there isn't anything they won't do for you.
They're always great fun. They know what they want, and it needs to be delivered in a way that's very compatible with
the lady and her son took care of us with service dinner. They had 2 cooks who came in with service dinner, and then turn over the bar and just say, let us know about how much you drank that night and we'll charge you.
But I mean, that sort of thing, you can't just you can't plan that, because you don't
know. It's not in a brochure.
Yeah,
right.
You never would have heard of those folks, and they were wonderful.
You are warmly welcomed when you go to these places, and largely because of who Haversham and Baker.
You rolled into Muirfield and you had that Mercedes bus, and they know you're from Haversham and Baker. You do get a little different treatment than some of the other groups.
The connections that Haversham and Baker have has been invaluable to us, because we don't have to search around for a restaurant or the best sports pub or the best golf or whatever it is. Not only do they know where they are, the people that run them and own them know the guy who's touring us.
And not only do they have the knowledge, they have the contacts. When we go up to the first tee at any of the venues over there, they already know Haversham and Baker. They say, welcome, we're glad to have you back, even though it might be my first time. But
we had more fun playing those golf courses. A couple times members caddied, one course of the pros' son caddied, and I think maybe his daughter, and it was great, and they knew the courses. And
Haversham and Baker do tend to have a better class of clientele.
We've gotten spoiled. We've met a few drivers over the years that we constantly request their presence, and H&B provides them.